We are. Uh-oh. They can hear me, but they can't hear you. Also, the cameras are wrong somehow. After all that work I did. To be me. As always. There we go. Wow, that like totally shuffled. Like not even a little bit shuffled. Everybody was wrong. Okay. Property. Okay. Try now, Alex. No.
Musical slots. I almost said, hey, Jonesy, but they can't hear me.
Try again, Alex.
We lost you again.
Okay, there we go. I can see it in Streamlabs. Nobody
Am
can
I
tell
defeated?
me otherwise.
Have I been defeated by the internet once again?
Nobody wants to talk to you today.
I don't even want to talk to me today. It's fine. Is it working?
It should be. I've figured out how to stream again, everybody. Welcome to the stream. It's happening.
Brayden gets 3 weeks off and he forgets how to do his job.
Just like real life.
It's true. So, once again, hello everyone, and welcome to episode 4 of the Bayside Murders, The Butcher. Thank you for joining us tonight as we come to the thrilling conclusion of the Bayside Murders, and this is the final Titan City Chronicle episode of the year. So, thank you everybody for tuning in. This is crazy. I'm Alexander Thomas, and as always, I will be your humble game master. If this is your first stream with us, welcome to Titan City. Titan City is a fantasy noir superhero setting where heroes are just as likely to confront mobsters as they are monsters from mythology. Tonight, we will be playing Mutants and Masterminds 3rd Edition, the world's greatest superhero RPG developed by the folks over at Green Ronin Publishing. M&M is a D20-based system that facilitates superhero action through the use of a highly flexible point-by-character creation system and by allowing players to use hero points to propel their crime fighters to even greater acts of heroism. The GM hands out hero points for good role-playing, vivid descriptions, and by pulling character complications into the narrative. You guys in the audience also have the ability to grant a hero point to the character of your choice by subscribing to the channel. So if you want to support any of the heroes here tonight, please feel free to drop us a Twitch Prime or to hang out with us for $4.99. Before we get started, I just wanted to give everyone a friendly reminder that Yukon registration is still open. Our GMs are running 16 events at this convention, which is absolutely free to attend. If you've ever wanted a chance to play in one of our games, I urge you to head over to yukon-gaming.org to register. I've shared a list of all of our events, including their event numbers, in our private Discord, so please take a look at that, and I hope to see some of you at the show. We have a dazzling group of heroes gathered tonight. Say hello, heroes.
Hey.
If you want to know more about them, please head over to our social media pages or ask them on our Discord channel. Needless to say, they are all spectacular, even as they bring in a surprise NPC that I had to find a guest star to portray in between sessions. Without further ado, I think that's everything. We can get started. Last week, our Amazons found themselves set upon by a treacherous Ryunosuke within the sewer laboratory of Dr. Hastings. They fought a desperate battle against Hastings' homunculi in the dark, and it was almost bad news for our heroes. Fortunately, the group came up with a brilliant plan to funnel the monsters into the sewage water and then dropped a high-voltage cable on them. After this fight, they headed off to the office of Anson Walker, hoping to learn more about the Curiosity Hotel mentioned in the Butcher's letter addressed to them. Anson said it was a super haunted place where he performed an exorcism a little over 20 years ago. He said that it was dangerous and he didn't recommend anyone go there unprepared. After this talk with Anson, they headed to the police precinct to reconvene with Detective Baston Roy. They found that someone had bombed the station, but Roy wasn't present. He was meeting with Ryu in Cannon Park, the same Ryu the ladies had just killed in the sewers. So they raced off to the park and found Roy talking to Ryu. The Amazons provoked him into attacking, and they destroyed another Ryu homunculus. After this, they concocted a plan to ambush the Butcher at the steel mill, while Roy and the police headed up to the Curiosity Hotel unprepared. Something Anson said probably don't do. And that's where we will pick up our story tonight. Ryunosuke, I'm sorry.
It's all good.
I'm doing my best out here. Sometimes
I enjoy
it's not good
complicating your life.
enough. Hey, I'm here for it. I appreciate all of you. So yeah, what would you guys like to do now that you have sort of sent the police off to go investigate the Overlook Hotel and are sort of coming up with this plan to ambush the Butcher at the site of his most recent killing, or his proposed newest killing site?
Well, I do believe we're going to acquire Anson.
Mm-hmm.
I will allow you to handle that since you seem to know him, Amelia.
Yeah, I got that. Don't even worry about it.
Are you sure that he will help us?
As long as we pay him, he'll help us.
He seems like he has enough to do in that messy office of his.
Yeah, he's good at putting off other work for work that's paying him right now.
Ah, so he is resource driven.
Yeah.
And
You
we
know
have
how
that in
some
common.
dogs are like really food driven?
Yeah.
That's Anson, but with money.
Ah, I begin to understand. He is a mercenary of sorts.
Yes. Sort of.
Well then, shall we pay him a visit?
Yes. Let's go.
Perfect. You guys head off to the Auntie just quoted who let the dogs out down there in the chat. You guys head off to the Blackburn house. You guys acquire the money that you need, and you head back off to Anson's dirty and dingy office back in the Olympus district. So Hef drives you around for a little bit. Takes you about 45 minutes to get it there all said and done. But you do find yourselves standing in front of the roach-ridden tenement building he calls homes.
I will follow Amelia.
We'll go in.
Well, all three of us are going in.
Should we knock?
Probably. Make sure he has pants on or something.
Or he has time to hide the bottle.
Yeah. Seems like the best option.
Understood. Well, then I guess Ritzko will knock.
And you hear a knock at the office door.
I'm gonna leave the bottle on the desk. And who is it?
The Amazons again.
And I guess I'll get up and open the door. What do you want? No, wait. Do you have money?
We do. We've come to pay you for your help.
All right, let's see it.
Much like a prostitute.
I'll take out the money and I'll tell him that he can have half now and half when he helps us.
Yeah. All right. I'll take half the money and just stuff it into my coat pocket. And uh, so what ghost
Remember
are we
last
going
week
after?
or yesterday? Was that yesterday?
I think that was earlier today.
Remember earlier today when we.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
Do you
I'm
see
sure you
bottle?
don't, honestly.
You
But
can
that ghost at
smell
that
the
manor
whiskey on his breath.
place.
Sorry.
You're fine. I'm just trying to remember what the place we're going to is called.
The Harrison tempered steel mill.
That. We're going there, and we would like your help.
All right. With what? Look at the money.
Let's just say that we want to use you as a little bit of an insurance, a backup, if you will. I mean, I don't know that you'll be very stealthy because anybody could smell you a mile away that has a nose on their face.
So it just smells like the rest of the town then.
Touche.
I'm gonna walk over and grab the rest of the bottle of I don't know what is it in 1922.
It could be bourbon, whiskey.
Of the cheapest bourbon that I could find, and I'm just gonna stick the whole thing in the coat pocket. All right. Or who's driving? Is it?
Hephaestus is.
Okay,
So-
let's
Okay.
go.
I was going to say, so please let us leave. And Ritzko will gracefully bow and then lead, well, not necessarily lead the way, but be behind Amelia.
I will lead the way to the car.
Awesome. You guys head on down to the nondescript black sedan parked out in front of the tenement building. Hephaestus kind of rolls the window down and looks out and sees Ansed. He says, ladies, are you sure this is a good idea?
Yes, but keep the window down.
Yes, agreed.
Good plan. Good plan. And he will roll his window down, and then he'll lean over the center console and roll the other window down. Well, get in. Where are we off to next?
To the steel mill.
Oh, I've wanted to go and see the new steel mill they're building. Very fascinating stuff, this smelting that the modern people are doing these days.
Indeed, I knew you would be excited.
Are we taking a tour?
Sadly, no. Perhaps after.
I will hold you to that. It sounds very exciting to me.
I will be sure to let you know when it is time.
Very good, very good. And you all load up in the black sedan and head on off to the north side of the city once more. Is anybody making any preparations or doing anything on the drive?
I don't
Anson's
think so.
sneaking
Okay.
nips of bourbon. The entire just like holding up his coat just a little bit, just so it like shrinking into the corner and just.
You know you don't have to hide that. We all know.
Okay, and just not hiding it anymore. Just
Although
gonna.
you might want to keep it out of the view of, perhaps police. I mean,
When we
You
get there.
Oh,
Like-
let's go. Don't worry about that. This car doesn't park for anyone.
okay, great.
Fuck the pigs.
Raise my bottle.
Jeff, you always manage to be so humorous, even in dark situations.
He'll lean over the back seat and wink, and then put his hands back on the wheel real fast. And you guys make your way up to the Harrison Tempered Steel Mill, which is a relatively new structure. It's almost open, even. They've just finished the construction on the building. They haven't had anyone come in and work just yet. It's supposed to be opening in the next couple of days for employment. It's this rising brick facade in the center of Bayside with glowing stacks of these huge chimneys that lead up into the sky that will one day billow black smoke up into and pollute the wonderful, beautiful Titan City sky.
Atmosphere.
There are huge glass windows that lead all the up down the side of the building. All things considered, it's decently sized. You think it could probably work 50 to 100 employees at any time. There does not appear to be anyone here. There's no cars parked nearby. It does look like there is a lock on the front door.
Anybody know how to pick a lock? Ilva, don't you know how to pick a lock?
I believe so. I mean, I have been around for a while.
I've never done it, but I think I might be able to do it. I've seen enough stuff about it.
Whoever wants to give it a shot can make a sleight of hand check for me.
I'll wait to see if anyone else gets it.
Who's going first?
Alex?
Yeah?
Seeing as how I don't have actual sleight of, well, actually I do have sleight of hand.
Where is my...
Never mind.
There it is.
Did you find it, Liz?
Yeah.
Ritzko rolled a 14. Probably not good enough.
Yeah. So Ritsuko's messing with the lock. She's not able to get it to come off based on the stuff that she's heard over the radio.
I've studied criminology, I'll have you know.
I rolled a 6. I'm like jiggling it. I'm just hitting it.
3 Amazons are gathered around this lock, collaborating together over how best to pick it. And it's none of your guys' techniques are working.
Anson.
Anson, what about you? Would you like a crack at it?
Can I shoot my bow at it?
Yeah, see, because we didn't do so well trying to open it ourselves, so you're our insurance to ensure that we can. But that's not all we're doing. That's not all the insurance.
That's what $10 a day will get you in 1922.
Just know if you don't get higher than a 14, Ilva is going to try a trick shot. Just saying.
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead and roll a d20 plus 14. Yeah, that'll do it. What does it look like if you just force the lock open? Awesome.
Oh, he's good. He's good.
That was a wonderful description, Braden, but the audience can't hear you. Only sound is Braden's hand gestures. That's weird. I will say this scenario reminds me of one of the first times I ever ran Mutants Masterminds for my D&D group. And they were the Green Lantern and the Flash, and they came up to a locked door, and they're like, oh, I guess we can't pick it, and they walked away.
Can you hear him? I'm assuming no.
Oh, that's right. I forgot there was a delay.
Um,
No, Andy said no.
uncomfortable.
Well, he's still good. He's still good.
Is that a better stream?
We won't know for 5 minutes.
The end of that story was I reminded the Green Lantern player that he was Green Lantern. He was like, "Oh yeah, I can just punch it down with a boxing glove."
Oh my god.
Or come up with a key.
Or flash vibrate through the wall. It's a locked door, not the end of the world. That's the big difference between superhero role-playing games and fantasy role-playing games. Maybe Alex should sing and dance while we wait.
Alex, can you replicate the sound of maple syrup on sandpaper?
Let me see what I've got. I don't have any maple syrup here.
I just want to know what that sounds like. Like, I feel like that wouldn't make a sound.
That is what that's what the group said to me when I mentioned the sound. They're like, I don't think that makes a noise, Alex.
Like, is it like a glub noise or like a?
It's based in glub. Glub is the bass line of that noise. It's like a with a scraping in the middle. I don't know. Look, okay, being a
That
dungeon
sound does
master
not
is hard.
exist.
You got to make your own sound effects. You got to show up every week with a new story.
It's like people expect that.
You know, I'm over here doing my song and dance for you guys. I try so hard.
I can't.
Okay, Streamlabs says that the stream should be able to hear me now.
Can the stream
Yeah, it
hear
looks like we
Braden
can hear
now?
you now.
I
All
think
right.
they can hear you.
Well, the long story short is the lock exploded.
Aw. He gave like a whole ass description, and y'all can't hear it now.
It was beautiful.
There
I'm
were
giving Braden a
doves.
hero point. I'm giving Braden a hero point for technical difficulties. I never give those out at conventions. All right,
Yeah,
here we
I
go.
know.
All right, so the lock explodes open, and you guys are free to enter the steel mill if you would like.
I believe that we should secure the steel mill, making sure that nobody is in fact in there. And then that way we can set ourselves up to do what we intend to do, whether it's to be kind of in hiding and see who comes or whatever. What say you?
That seems like a good plan.
I think so.
I agree.
All right. So,
Perfect. So you guys pass inside the steel mill. That first front entrance area is reserved. It looks like there's a locker room off to your right for the employees to come and store their stuff during the day. And on the left, there is an administrative office. There's a big L-shaped desk. There's a bunch of filing cabinets labeled behind. There's a typewriter sitting up on the counter. Everything looks fresh, brand new, freshly purchased, unused so far. Even the name placard on the L-shaped desk is blank until whoever is supposed to come and sit in that spot puts it in. Heading inside, you do see that this, let me grab my snap to center, this central hallway goes down for a long ways, and off to your left and right, you see a couple of other, these look like bathrooms through here. There's a couple of other offices and administrative spaces. When you come down the corner here, there's a sign on the wall that says this direction, central smelting, and this direction, ingot storage. So it looks like they're doing a lot of smelting down the steel and preparing it for various uses. This initial building that you guys are in seems to be specifically for the smelting of the steel itself.
Walker-san, do you have any way to help us make sure that there isn't anything in the building?
Let's see. I bet with a hero point, I can use my telepathy to scan for any thinking folks in the building.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Here's your hero point,
Wait, you mean it's actually working?
and I will do that.
I like when it works. Awesome. So you sort of reach out with your telepathy, give a cursory sweep of this area. You don't sense any thinking minds or anything, but you do get a slight tinge of coppery magic, just tickling the back of your taste buds.
I can take another swig. Well, nobody's here, but there is magic, though I assume you expected that.
Indeed, and that is primarily the reason why you are here, Mr. or Walker-san. Insurance, as I said.
Lead the way.
And Ritsuko will do so.
Perfect. Which direction are you guys heading?
Walker-san, do you notice where the magic is? Like, can you triangulate where it is within the building? Or is it just kind of dispersed all throughout?
Please give me an expertise magic check. You do have skill mastery of expertise magic, so you can take 10 if you want, but that's up to you.
I'll roll because that was a 39.
Jeez.
Ba-da-pop.
Awesome. So with a 39, you sort of reach out, and there's not a particular location that it's emanating from. It seems like something magical has sort of permeated this entire area for at least a couple of hours over the last few weeks.
More everywhere.
Hmm.
Do I get the sense that this is something that like is that the like an amount of power that somebody that's not a wizard could put together or control?
As you're sort of reading it, it almost feels like there's some sort of unnatural stain just on the area, as if something that was created by fell magic has been around here. It's a similar sensation to what you would feel during a haunting for like a poltergeist or something like that, but you think it's something physical that has been literally walking through this area and leaving its foul magical stench around.
Gotcha. No, more like there, and he's just gonna proceed to point every like direction. But I'm just the insurance, so I'll take another swig of bourbon.
So helpful. And so
You get what you
chivalrous,
pay for.
as ladies go first.
Yeah, ladies, where would you like to go? What would you like to do?
Well, since I'm kind of leading the charge, I think it would be best. I'm going to check the room over here and just make sure that everything's kosher here.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
That would be a 31.
That's a pretty good roll. I love power level 10 characters. So with a 31, as you're sort of looking around in this locker room, you notice that it too has that very fresh and new feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the lockers in this room doesn't have a lock on the door. It's the only one.
All right. I will carefully open it.
When you open it, you find there is one of those black lacquer jewelry boxes with the green and purple paint on them.
And I will attempt to open the box.
Awesome. You open it, and instead of being an empty jewelry box or being full of an organ like the other ones you guys have encountered, this one opens up, and this very familiar song begins to start to emanate from it. It's the same song that Dr. Hastings was whistling in the underground a few weeks ago, the song that your mother used to sing to you at night.
And she kind of steps away from the box.
And as that music begins to play, all of the lights sort of slowly power on throughout the building. And deep inside, you guys can hear the furnaces start to fire up, sort of a whoosh noise as heat and gas begins to fill that back area.
Ritsuko will call out, "Look alive, ladies and gents."
I'm going to call out, what did you do?
I just looked in a locker. There's a box here that, and it's playing. It's like a music box.
Mm-hmm.
It's playing the same song that Miss Dr. Hastings was singing or whistling.
I'm
The
gonna
dead one?
walk- I'm gonna walk like right past the door, like the rooms where she is. Do I see anything like after I get past that point?
Give me a perception check.
It's the
21.
room.
21. You don't see anything, but you do hear deeper in this facility that music beginning to start to pop on and play on klaxons coming your guys' direction.
Damn, and I was going to close it and hope that everything turned off.
That's not good.
What's this room over here? It's across from.
This one right here?
Yeah.
That's the administrative office. There's a L-shaped desk and some filing cabinets. Looks like maybe that's where the receptionist / secretary works during the day.
Can I investigate that?
Please give me an investigation check.
Getting there. $17.
You're going through, and it doesn't look like there's anything of note in this office.
Cool.
Walker-san, I think we're going to actually need you to be in here with us. As Ritsuko will come out of the locker room and join up with Amelia.
Put the bottle away and make sure I didn't say it before, but I definitely have the staff in my hand.
That makes sense.
It does. So yeah, I'll go over there. Did you leave the music box open or did you close it? Sorry.
I will close it before I walk out, and I actually have it with me. I don't know if we can use
You pick it up?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Good to know.
Don't like that question.
Does the magic sense around the place, the stench of magic, I guess, change at all?
It
Taste.
amplifies when the lights come on and the music begins to play.
I'd hold on to that.
I'm gonna like
Keep it
move
safe.
a little bit deeper, like right past the bathrooms, if y'all want to follow me, so that I don't die.
Dying is
I will
good.
follow.
Not dying is good.
Dying
Sorry.
is also good, low key though.
Been there,
mean-
done that, guys. I almost did, so no thanks.
I mean-
Amelia, please give me a perception check.
I completely understand that.
You said Amelia, right?
Yes.
13. I ain't see shit.
Cool. Ritsuko, also give me a perception check.
All right. Perception. I rolled a 25.
25. Ritzko, you think, as Amelia comes to that crossroads and begins to look around, you think you see a dark shadow move through the frosted glass on this door, heading. It's roughly man height and man build. It kind of moves from this side to this side of the doorway.
Whoa, there's somebody here. Did you guys see that?
Let's go. If this is another one of your boyfriends, I'm gonna lose my mind.
You know what? It's not my fault, okay? It's not like I said, let's conjure up a bunch of my boyfriends.
Do you regularly make a habit of consorting with dark magic users?
Ritzko will
that-
shoot a dark glance at Anson, and she will purse her lips. I honestly don't ever cavort with anybody who does. I don't know why these homunculi have had Ryu's face. All I know is that for some reason, things are going on here that I don't understand, and I feel like my past is coming to haunt me. So don't give me crap. You're the insurance, remember?
The lights
Oh.
are on, right?
Yes.
Lights are on, yes.
Yeah.
And you guys can clearly make out the fires of the forges through these frosted glass doors down through here. That sort of pale orange and red is billowing in through those very small windows, casting a dark, almost hellish landscape down the end of the hallway.
So Ritzko is going to carefully and attempt to be stealthy as she ventures towards where she saw the shadow move.
I'm gonna back her up.
My stealth check is 16.
Are you still carrying the music box?
I am.
Okay.
I got a 20 to back Ritsuko up.
All right. Ritzko got a 16. Ilva got a 20. Liz, will you move yourself to where you are backing up? Awesome. And you guys go ahead and start making your way down that hallway.
Wait,
You guys are sort of keeping low, moving down. The music at this point has washed over where you guys are, and you can hear it on a couple of alarms just in the hallway here. Playing not loud enough to fill the whole building, but definitely loud enough that you guys are noticing it.
What concerns me is that we are going to run into more of those things because they do seem to activate whenever music is played.
Mm-hmm.
And as you get there, you do start to feel the heat of the blast furnaces ahead of you coming through that door. You could smell that sort of molten metal and almost like sulfur smell through the door.
Ritzko's going to attempt to kind of peer into that room, see if she can see anything. She rolls a 20.
Awesome. With a 20, as you're listening up at that door, you're listening. It's a little hard to hear anything over the music. You don't hear anything except the crackling of the fire in there. The door does not appear to be locked, however.
Okay, so the door is closed and it's a frosted glass door, you said, or is there
Mhm.
windows on the
So it's a wooden door with a frosted glass center
Okay.
window.
All right. I will first of all, I will touch the door handle, make sure it's not hot.
It's not painfully hot. It's a little warm, but
Okay. And then I will very carefully open the door.
awesome. You open the door into this long sort of concrete, almost showroom. And on both sides of you, flanking all the way down this facility, there are these towering furnaces where you can see that the fires are roaring in there. You can see that somebody has gone ahead and poured molten metal poured metal into the center of these kilns, and it's molten over into this red hot sort of lava. And sitting on a throne at the back of the room over here, there is a woman in a yukata tied to a chair.
Well, Walker-san, have you felt any differences as far as the magic goes? Any changes?
Oh, yeah, it's awake now. You said it was a homunculus?
I've dealt with homunculi in the last couple of days, all of which seem to have had a person in my past's face, but aged. I will step through the door. Keep backing me up, ladies.
Right behind you.
Does the woman look familiar?
She does not, but the yukata does. It's a little hard to tell from this far away. You think you'd have to get closer to identify her.
Be careful.
And
But the
Ritsuko,
yukata does look like one of yours.
Ritsuko calls out to her, "Are you okay?"
There is no noise.
Ritsuko is being very cautious as she approaches. At this point, so you said the yukata looks like mine.
Mhm.
And now that I'm a little closer, do I recognize the girl?
As you get a little closer, you do see that she does have a lot of this sort of black, matted, blood-stained hair in her face.
Mm-hmm.
She's sort of slumped over with her arms tied to this wooden chair. The throne was probably too grandiose for the kind of chair she's in. She's kind of leaning there. You do see that her fingers have clenched onto the armrest, but you're not sure if she's alive.
Whenever Ritsuko moves forward, I'm going to also move forward so that she's not by herself.
I am going to reach out to see if the girl has a pulse.
You do that. She lashes out and grabs you by the wrist.
Of course she does.
And from behind a couple of the furnaces, you do see some Ryus appear. These Ryus are dressed in sort of blackish robes rather than the business suit. Sort of these long black coats, similar to what you heard described as the butcher was wearing. And when she grabs a hold of you and lifts her face up, you see the hair sort of drags quietly off the side of her head. And her face is this sort of stitched together amalgam of your face and Ryu's face.
Ritsuko is basically going to utter a scream because that's horrifying.
Then you don't have sanity points.
And Ritsuko, you hear a familiar voice that you have not heard since you were a little girl.
Oh no.
From behind.
Mm-mm.
Announce its presence as this freakishly tall man dressed in a long black coat with a black mask over his face comes out. He says, "I thought you'd be happy with what I had done with you, Ritsuko." And it is the voice of your father coming from this huge, sort of terrifying figure.
Ritsuko's eyes widen and she kind of freezes and goes completely rigid. Otto-san. No. No. You can't still be alive.
And he sort of pulls the mask off, and you see that he has got a number of these stitches all over his body, connecting your father's head to this sort of freakish collection of body parts from various different people, both male and female, just sort of this gross composite quilt of human body parts.
It's been you? You've been doing this?
I've been doing this for longer than you know. I've been doing this with the goal of finding and punishing the only thing who ever got away from me.
You killed him then, didn't you? Just like Akio.
No, Ryu is all around you.
You're sick.
He's the perfect soldier.
You bastard. Ritsuko is going to... I would like to try to break free from the grasp of the girl.
I think we're going to roll initiative.
I think
that's what
we
we're
are
gonna do.
too. I think, I had a feeling, but I just wanted to be sure.
At some point during this, I'm just gonna lean over to Eva and I take it that's the boyfriend then.
No, I believe that's her father. The boyfriend was cuter. Ish.
Dang it, I rolled a 9. Oh, stupid
Well,
dice.
he rolled a 26, so like.
Well,
what were we
I
gonna
suppose
do?
we'll allow Alex to have his boss moment.
Well, I go after you. I have a 6. So, like.
I didn't think it could get any worse.
Never
I
underestimate
can-
my
I'd help
propensity
you.
for horribleness. All right, so the butcher gets to go first. And he's going to sort of slither over next to Ritsuko. And he draws this long, serrated knife. And he's going to go for a bleed the victim stab.
Of course he is.
He gets a 31 to hit.
Oh,
And I will need a fortitude save, please. DC 22.
that is a 22.
You're okay. So he comes moving up, and as he moves, his body sort of shifts and slopes, almost wolf-like in his gait as he moves forward. And he draws this long knife, and he goes and he slashes you with it, but you're able to just sort of roll with the blow and not suffer any damage. Anson.
All right. So I have multi-attack on the mystical bolts, so I'm going to aim for boyfriend man. So I'll send one to each of them, and I will go ahead and I'll attack power attack.
Awesome. So are you adding the auto and the power attack in the Roll20 macro?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So add that in, and then we'll take off 3 from whatever you roll since you're using multi-attack.
All right.
And then we'll roll to hit each one. Oh,
That's
no.
a critical hit for a 34 total. Minus 3 is 31.
It's a critical hit. It doesn't matter. So, all right, that first one's gonna get shit. Roll for the second one.
All right. That is a 16. Oh, it didn't update. I think. So that's it.
It kept the DC up, so I think it kept it.
Okay.
So 13 is not going to hit,
Okay.
and then the third one.
All right. And that's a 23.
23. 23 will hit.
Am I missing the last? So wait, so there is this guy, and then the butcher?
Oh, I thought you were shooting at the weird amalgam one over there.
We'll do that as well,
Awesome.
since we already did it.
Cool. So do you want to roll one more for the butcher with just a -4?
Yeah.
Because taking one off of those other ones won't make it miss, well, except for the one that already missed.
Okay. Well, actually, sorry. I will get back into the swing of this. Yeah, let's just leave it at those two. Sorry.
Okay, so
It sounded like they were having a conversation.
no
And
worries.
as rude
So
as I
that's
am, I'm not one to interrupt.
So
Cool.
chivalrous.
all right. That first, I don't think I can roll a 39. I need a DC 39 toughness save, chat. Let's see what we do. Here we go. I got an 11.
Oh,
So-
God.
What happens to that homunculus as you annihilate him?
I think Anson immediately identifies the homunculus as one of the echoes of dark magic and just sends a white dove flying over there that just immediately embeds itself into its chest, and then after a moment it just a sphere of white light just annihilates it completely.
Still got it. Perfect. Do you want to move, or are you happy hanging out there in the doorway?
I'm the insurance, so
Oh my god.
take a swig.
Fair.
Business
Right,
and pleasure.
Amelia.
I'm gonna go over to
Money
Poppy
well
over here.
spent, apparently. Sorry.
You're fine. I'm gonna go to Daddy-O, and I'm going to just try to bash the shit out of him.
That's fair. That's a good move.
Actually, I'm gonna do multi-attack. 2. So I got an 18.
18 is not enough to hit him.
Sad lad. Do I roll again for the second attack?
No, it's how you So since you're hitting one person,
Oh,
you just roll higher and you do more damage.
bummer. I didn't hit him. Sorry, Ritzko.
You can spend a hero point if you want.
No, I'd save it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Cool. So Amelia comes bounding in. She slams down with the shield. The butcher sort of moves out of the way. He says, "This isn't between us yet."
Yes, it is, bitch.
The Ryu clones, the homunculi, the one that is latched on to Ritzko is going to distend its stitched together mouth and try to bite you. And gets a big old 12 to hit, so that's not going to hit.
Nope.
This one's going to slide over here and is going to try and grab Amelia. And get an 11, so that's probably not going to hit.
No.
2 more appear from the shadows.
Oh no.
This one's going to slither up to Anson and try to stuff him into the furnace. With a grab check. Grab. 11. Wow, come on, dice.
No, I like this.
And then, what's the last one going to do? The last one's going to slither up to Ilva. And it's going to launch and try to claw her. With his mighty claws. Claw. 14, not going to hit Amelia. Or Ilva. So my Ryu clones are not as good as the first 2 Ryu clones.
Clearly not.
Fritzko, you're up.
So I am wondering, so she is attached to the chair and is currently grabbing me, correct?
Correct.
I would like to, and if I have to spend a hero point, I will. I would like to essentially pick her up and basically put her in front of me and use my key blast to basically blast both her and Daddy.
Naoki.
Yes, Naoki.
Naoki.
Well, to her, it's Oto-san.
Oto-san. Mr. Dad.
So yeah, Unless you think I should do key strike instead.
One's melee and one is range. So
So the ranged one, I think, is. I mean, they're both within range, but I'm
Not performing as well
basically
here as
using
Hillary
her
Clinton
kind
did,
of
as
as
well
a
Barack Obama did when he carried the state. That's not
an added
necessarily
bonus. Also
Well.
hoping that she'll let me go when I do this. So I guess the key blast. So would you like me to roll the key blast?
Yes, and if you're attacking the two targets, 25 will hit the Rio Skye.
Ryunosuke?
No, I'm trying to think of what Ritsuko and Ryunosuke would be combined.
Ritsuke.
Yeah, there you go. Ritsuke.
Ritsuke. That is enough to hit the Ritsuke.
Do you want me to do multi-attack then to
Yeah, go ahead and roll to hit the dad too.
Okay.
And that'll just be a -1 off of that. So
It's a 14.
awesome. 14's not going to hit him, but 24 does hit the clone. So you do at least hit the
Yeah,
abomination.
Okay. That's good.
And it gets a 29 on its toughness save.
Lame.
So you blast it with the key blast. It reels back. You start to peel some of the stitches off. Flesh starts to fly out Viking eagle style, but nothing doesn't seem to let go of its grip on you.
Yeah, okay. So technically now that is interposed in between me and Naoki.
I'm just going to move you up one and move it there. There we go.
Okay.
Nailed it.
At the very least, now there's something in front of me.
Perfect. Do you want to use your move action for anything, or are you happy hanging out there?
I can't. I mean, you know what? Since it's got me, well, that's not an. I can't do fast grab if it's because it wasn't technically an unarmed attack, was it?
Right.
Oh, okay.
I would let you use your martial arts or your key strike with the fast grab, but not a ranged attack.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. All right. Then I can't really move that far if she's got me grabbed. Correct?
Correct. You can move half speed, so I think you can move 13 squares instead of 25.
Okay. So I'm going, you know what? I'm going to stay here because I think that at the very least, opportunity to do something because he's focused on me.
Awesome. In that case, it's Ilva's turn.
Ilva.
All right, so I'm going to do my multi-attack and strike back at the thing that tried to grab me. And the first one is a 15.
You want to use your luck point to reroll?
Yeah.
Steal. I stole it.
No.
So go ahead and click standard. Are you shooting just at that target, or do you want to shoot at more than one target?
I can shoot at more than one.
Okay. How many more do you want to shoot at?
I don't know. How many are there?
There's this one that's grabbing Anson. There's this one over here by Amelia. There's the Butcher himself. And then there's there's the risque abomination over here.
Okay, but I can't shoot them at the same time.
Yeah, you can. You're a pretty badass archer.
Okay.
You just get a -1 per target. So if you wanted to hit all of them, it'd be a -5 to your to hit. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 targets. So if you want to shoot at all of them, that'd be a 19. And 19 on the Ryu is enough to hit a Ryu clone. So that's the
Cool.
first one got hit. Roll for the next one. Second one got hit. Roll for the third one. Third one got hit. Roll for the Butcher.
Butcher. Come on.
Come on, roll 20. That's going to miss the Butcher, but roll for the fourth Ryu. So you hit all the Ryu clones. You just missed the Butcher.
Fine.
DC 21 toughnesses for all of them. Here's the one on Ilva. That's going to be a bruise. Here's the one on Anson. He makes it. The one on Amelia makes it. The one on Ritzko gets a bruise in a daze. All right.
Nice.
So what happens? Ilva, please describe what the scene that takes place.
Okay, so she's rigged her bow to kind of like be able to shoot forward and backward. I don't know how.
Well, you could be doing one shot if you wanted to,
Oh,
instead of pulling 5 arrows at the same time.
I was gonna say like I think it's possible, but she can have them all loaded, and just shoot them one at a time,
Awesome.
kind of like picking a harp.
I love that. That's cool. The arrows go flying. Back around to the Butcher. He's not happy that Amelia got involved. So he turns and he's going to try and stab you with the Butcher's blade.
Go for it.
And he'll go with 2 points of power attack. Slash. 21. Does that miss?
Yes, because I have a 22.
Cool. So he comes in, he slices at you with this knife, and it just scrapes across your shield at the last second.
Rude.
But he will go fatigued. He's going to try and attack you again. That time he got a critical hit.
No.
So please roll a toughness check, DC 34.
19.
What's 34 minus 19?
A lot.
It is a lot. That's 15. That's a bruise and a stagger. One more point, he would have incapacitated you.
I guess I'll roll again. Take my hero point.
Give it to me. I'll take it.
Okay, what was I rolling? Toughness?
Toughness, yep.
24.
24. Awesome. So that's just going to be a bruise and a daze then, instead of a bruise and a stagger.
Okay.
So he scrapes across the shield. He drops the knife into his other hand, and he comes up under it and just stabs you up in the ribs.
Mm.
And your gold-flecked blood just sprays out the back of your body. And he will yank that out. Do not come between me and my fatherly duties.
Don't tell me what to do.
And he'll slink over here next to Ritzko. Hanson.
Well, there's a handsome clone here, or homunculus, that had a good idea about fire. So I'm going to throw him in the fire if I can.
See how he likes it.
Yeah. All right. Do I have any way of magically enhancing myself?
You
do
could
that?
for hero point.
You know what? That would be a useful thing to have for. Did we determine that's for the entire scene or just for this action?
So rules is written, it would just be for this action, but at my table I do it for the whole scene since it costs a hero point and those are precious.
Okay. So I will do that, and I will fill my body with white magical energy and just generally look about 50% paler, and I'm just gonna grab this guy and throw him into the furnace.
So let me see.
This roustabout.
I'm just going to give you a +8 to strength. And
Okay, does that make it a 24? Or wait.
So grab, yeah, it would 16 would still be the to hit. but instead of being grab DC 12, it would be grab DC 20.
Okay.
But 16 is not going to hit.
All right. Well, I already used my hero point. What? But I'm the backup, so I think I can go
Oh my
fatigue.
god.
And I'm a wizard. Who heard of a wizard that runs around quickly? So I'm gonna go fatigued and try that again.
For a frame of reference, Ilva can move 50 squares in a round, and now Anson can move 3 squares in a round.
Hey.
But yeah, you can definitely go fatigued and try to get a hold of him again.
Oh my gosh.
But that's just not going to do it. That's just a bad roll. You rolled a 5.
Yeah.
It was a good idea, though. You could definitely keep trying to do so. And now you're a lot harder for me to push in there.
Hey. Yeah, I'm just gonna grapple with this young whippersnapper.
Just grab a hold of this homunculus and trying to force him in the oven. Amelia.
Okay. I'm a little bit irritated now. So I'm gonna try to throw my shield at Dad, and then I'm gonna throw my shield at the guy in front of me. I'm just gonna do a multi-attack and hit those 2 guys.
Perfect.
Hopefully.
So do you want to roll to hit the butcher first or hit the guy in front of you first?
Let's hit the guy in front of me first.
Awesome.
15.
So that's not going to hit.
Sad. 32!
That's going to hit. Wow.
Yay!
That's what I get for talking shit. Okay, so DC 22. Butcher rolls a toughness save. Butcher gets a 15, so he's going to take a bruise and a daze.
Yes.
What happens?
So I throw the shield at the guy in front of me, and he sort of like ducks, and it hits the boiler behind him and just like ricochets off right into the butcher's neck.
Then it ricochets back to your hand.
Yes.
Never thought I'd like playing Captain America in a game so much. Do you want to move, or are you happy hanging out there?
I can't move because I'm dazed,
You're right. So the daze drops off.
but I wasn't going to move anyway, so we good.
Cool. All right, the Ryus. The Ryu that's grappling with Anson's going to try to chuck him into the furnace because somebody's going in that furnace, by golly. Here comes the grab check. 13. It's not going to hit you, Perry. So you guys are just sort of like awkward high school boy fighting next to the furnace.
Just Captain Kirk style, just
This one over here by Ilva is going to once more try to bite her instead of claw her this time. 18 to hit Ilva's parry.
19.
So yeah, you're good. He comes in, he's trying to chomp on you. You guys are getting really good at fighting this one specific guy after the last couple of days. The one over there by Amelia is he's going to try to disarm her shield.
No.
So he's going to roll to hit with his claws and get an 11 to hit, which is a natural one, which completely misses. So he's lashing out, trying to get a hold of your shield. No, that's mine. And then this one is going to gear up for a team attack with the Butcher against Ritzko.
Because why not?
Ritzko, it's your turn.
Okay. Well, I have decided that since this person that has a hold of me is essentially dead, I'm going to use her as a corpse club with my key strike.
Oh, no.
Oh, I am going to key strike. So rolling that is a 17.
Oh, let me see. They have an 8 parry, so that just misses.
It like just misses.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I wanna hit her or hit him with her. So take my hero point.
Yes, everybody give me your hero points for
I really want
attacks.
this to work, damn it. So let's make this happen. This is almost like it's meant to be.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Because you spend a hero point, though, that should be a 24.
Yeah. I was gonna say I didn't hear the sound. Whoop.
Yeah, it popped in. You got a 14, but that's still added 10 to it because it's underneath 10 on the dice. So 24 is enough to hit the risque next to you. And flipping it over, since it's 2 targets, you get a -2. 22 is still enough to hit the risque. Is 22 enough to hit the butcher? 22 is not enough to hit the butcher. But I do have to roll a toughness check for the risque clown. So, and they've got a bruise in a daze. So here we go.
Cool. Because I did the unarmed attack, right? Because that's what it's considered. We talked about that last turn.
Yes.
Then I'm going to go ahead and do the fast grab. And basically, so I'm swinging it around to hit the butcher. And then basically, as I do so, I'm going to go ahead and grapple it and kind of use it as a shield.
I'm here for it. Okay, so go ahead and make me a grab check. That's a free action with your fast grab.
That is a 19 on the dice.
That is enough to hit. And then I just have to roll a strength check to avoid it. DC 12.
Dang it!
It got an 18, so it's a little stronger than you were expecting it to be as you're sort of wrestling with it. It is still between you and the butcher, but you're not as confident in your hold on it that you're going to be able to keep it between you and the butcher if it wants to get away from you. Awesome. Do you want to move, or are you happy hanging out?
I am going to take a couple of steps back. I'm assuming it comes with me.
Yes. Kicking and screaming the whole way. Ilva.
All right, so I'm done with this thing in front of me. I'm going to shoot with my agonizing shot. Yeah, 24.
24 is agonizing, certainly. I roll a fortitude save. DC 16. I rolled an 8, so it is disabled. What that means is it's going to be taking
Oh, there it is.
it's going to be taking a -5 to all of its rolls until it shrugs off that affliction. So what does it look like as you agonize it, Ilva?
Instead of actually shooting, I just kind of like take one of my arrows out and stab it.
Awesome. Right in the sciatic nerve.
Yeah.
It's like spasming and foaming at the mouth. The stitches are starting to come undone on some of the joints that are holding it together.
Good.
Do you want to move, or are you happy hanging out there next to it?
No, I'm gonna move closer to right there, I guess.
Perfect. All right, you move there. Back to the butcher, who is doing a team attack against Ritzko with his little buddy right there. So Risque is going to roll to assist. Rah. She does assist, but she's only going to add +2 damage to the butcher's attack. The butcher is going to use its butcher's blade on Ritzko with 2 points of power attack to go with that +2 damage from the team attack. 22 to hit your parry. Does that hit, Peter? Oh, you're on mute.
Oops, I'm sorry. My parry
Parry
is
DC.
Parry DC is 22.
Awesome. So I'm going to need a toughness save DC 31.
27, but I rolled a 20?
You sure did. So that's only going to be a bruise for you instead of being way worse than it could have been.
Yeah.
So you're sort of grappling with the risque clone, and you don't see the butcher come up, and the risque homunculus sort of forces you over, and you just get caught in the back with this sort of long serrated dagger he's got.
Oh.
And the knife goes in, the guts come out, and you hear him whisper in your ear, "Soon I will be able to complete you, and I will make you not the abomination you were born as."
Well, you weren't my father anyway, because Akio was more of a father than you ever would be.
You know what, Ritsuko? I'm going to deal you a hero point. He's going to stab you again. That time he only got a 16 hit, though. So that's not
Okay.
gonna work.
Did he get a little pissed off?
He did. He's a little pissed off. That is the scientific term.
Did I hit a nerve?
He's going to hit some of your nerves here in a second.
Surgically, right?
Yes. Anson. The ongoing battle of the wrestling furnace.
Man, I really wish I had a hero point. We're just gonna and try to throw him into the furnace again. Because Ritsuko was the one with the money. It would be unfortunate if she died.
No, I was
Just-
the one with the money.
Oh, well, never mind.
Well, Anson might have grown a heart that day.
Well,
That doesn't
that's
come-
not for another couple years.
Yeah, right. Whoa, Anson, calm down with a natural 20 on the grab check. So that's going to make the grab DC 25 instead of 20 as the magic pours through your body. I can't roll a 25.
Yeah.
I roll a 13, so that homunculus is completely at your mercy.
Yeah, and I'll just toss him in the furnace.
Awesome. Usually that would be a second action, but I love the idea so much that you just chuck him in there.
All right. I'll dust my hands off. I feel like I need a witty one-liner. He's a little longer to bake, and I'll come over here
Oh no.
and put myself in position to actually help at all in this fight.
So you chuck him in the furnace, you slam the door shut, you say your witty one-liner, quote unquote. Then you go to help in. You hear the Ryu, and they're just screaming and boiling, and the gas is erupting from inside his body as the fire consumes him. Amelia.
I don't know how to follow that. I'm gonna step out of that little zone because I was like surrounded by people. I didn't like that. And I'm gonna throw my shield again, but I'm gonna try to hit all three of them right there.
Perfect.
Okay, I'm gonna hit the Ryu one first.
Perfect.
16.
So with the -3 for multi-attack, 13, it's not going to hit him.
Sad dad. Okay, I'll hit the weird one next.
Sad Dad should have been the name of tonight's episode.
25, so 22.
That'll hit.
And then 28, so 25.
25 will hit too. So awesome. You hit the butcher with the 25. I'll roll the risque clone first. 18's gonna. That one already had 2 bruises, so that's 16. That's gonna be another bruise in a daze.
Hey.
And then the butcher. Is your Shakator? Is that what Frenchie says? 26 on his toughness check, so that's not going to do any damage.
What a hoe.
Sorry. Doing my best out here.
Oh, you sure are.
But what happens, Amelia, as you go into battle once more?
So this time I actually throw it at the boiler behind Ryu, and it just like bounces in a straight line and just hits all of them like in the cartoons. And then it hits the other boiler and bounces back to me.
Yeah, Amelia's attacks are loud as hell while you guys are in here, just pinging off of the furnaces.
Trying to disorient the enemy.
Holy cow. Awesome. The remaining Ryu clones, this one's like, I'm in agonizing pain and somebody threw my brother in the furnace. He's going to lope over next to Ilva, and he's going to use 5 points of all-out attack to try and offset some of that disabled penalty to hit. So he got a 20 to hit your parry, Ilva.
Is that -5 though?
He gets a +5 for the all-out attack, so they cancel each other out.
Fine.
But he doesn't get the +5 damage for power attack, so that's a small miracle.
So what do I have to do? Dodge?
Toughness, please. You're looking for a 25.
Ha!
Damn.
You've got
Take
one
it.
hero point, and I would spend
Take
it
it.
if I were you.
Take it.
Ilva rolled a 10 on that toughness save.
Yeah, sorry.
Ugh.
My God, Ilva.
Stop.
So
27.
that's a 7, but it becomes 17 because you rolled underneath a 10 on the dice. So
27 plus the 10 above.
oh yeah, sure.
Uh-huh.
So 25 minus 17 is going to be a bruise and a daze as it launches itself at you, blinded by this agonizing pain and mostly just the weight of its body hitting you and a couple of the stitches scraping against your body sort of hurts like hell. This one is going to try to disarm that shield again because it's sick of getting hit in the face. And get a 27 to hit your parry.
Oof.
Which I think hits. Let me double check real quick, but we have to roll a pose check for our disarm. Because I haven't done this in a long, long time. All right, if your attack succeeds, make an opposed check of your attack's damage against the defender's strength. So Amelia, go ahead and roll a d20 plus 6. And I will roll a d20 plus the damage of his effect, which is a 10.
Oh no. I got a 15.
I got a 15.
Whew.
So I'm going to say the defender wins in this instance. So you almost lose your shield, but you're able to just like grab a hold of the strap before he takes it out of your hands.
I'm like, oh shit.
This might have been pissed if you lost your shield.
I would have been pissed because I already broke my sword. Like I only have a spear left.
That's right. You shoved that sword straight down Ryu's neck. And he broke the blade off inside. That was cool. This has been a cool series. This has been a cool serial.
You're welcome.
This Ryu is going to go fatigued, and he's going to try it again.
No.
Of course he is.
23 to hit your parry that time.
Okay, that still hits my parry.
So d20 plus 6 versus a d20 plus 10. Here we go. Give me that shield.
15.
I got a 13. So
Haha, yes.
Amelia is like, I will not lose this weapon. This weapon is my life.
Literally. It's all I have.
And then this other one moved its initiative to the Butcher's initiative for the team attack. So that is the end of their turn. Risco.
Okay, I am going to attempt to disarm his Daddy-O's knife. Do I make a grab for that?
So what you'll do is do any of your close combat attacks to do it. You just need to hit, and then you'll roll a d20. If you use your key strike, it'll be a d20 plus 10 versus his strength.
That's a 22.
22 to hit the Butcher's parry DC. That does not hit his parry DC.
Wow.
You got a hero point if you want to use it.
Yes. I want to do something. That's a 27.
27 will definitely hit. Go ahead and roll a d20 plus 10.
Okay. So I rolled an 18 on the die, so that's a 28.
Holy cow. Okay, let me roll a strength check for the butcher. I don't think I can roll a 28. 24. That was a good college try, but you are able to disarm him of the blade. And since technically it's an unarmed strike for you, you can take it as a free action.
Aha. I will definitely do that. And when I do, I will brandish it at him and say, you had everything. I was your daughter. All I ever wanted was your love. But you only loved your gang, your Yakuza. And I'm tired of this. Akio is my father. That is why my last name is Nakamura, and it will never be Ishikawa.
You'll change your mind after I'm done with you. And he sort of smiles this wicked yellow rictus smile as his cheeks peel back and the stitches start to rip apart.
Ew.
Gross.
Do you want to move with his knife, or are you happy standing there next to him?
I would like to move. And I'm pretty sure that what's her name's going to come with me. I'm going to get a little bit closer to Anson, actually. My insurance.
Just dragging that poor Ritsuko clone with you. All right. Good turn, Ritsuko. Ilva.
Oh, yeah. Again, the little thing is just no. Why? Why are you around me? Okay. I'm going to do another agonizing shot to him.
Awesome. The one that's attacking you?
Yes,
Perfect.
because he needs to leave me alone.
Good news is that is a cumulative affliction.
It is.
And you rolled a critical hit.
Gee,
Hooray! Finally, something's working out on our favor.
I told you I was done.
Oh my god. So I need a DC 21 fortitude save, and I've got a -5 to fortitude right now. Let me add that -5 in. I roll a -2 on my fortitude save.
Dang!
I owe you 2 points of fortitude.
Yay!
So he's out of the fight. What happens?
She's okay, so she's gonna like do one of those "This is Sparta" kicks and just like kick him right in half.
Awesome.
Yum.
So yeah, you hear the stitches squelching as the top half separates from the bottom half and hits the ground. It looks at its legs very distressed for 1 second and then just falls over.
I told you I was done.
Awesome. And then your daze drops off at the end of your round. So
Yay!
you are all good. Okay, good job, Ilva. The butcher is sad that you took his knife.
It's not all I'm going to take from him.
Wow.
This is like that time you took my only chance to have a son from me.
Ew.
Disappointment.
Didn't like that.
He's going to come up to Ritsuko. And as he steps forward, he reaches down and he rips off his right arm, leaving just a bloody, stumpy bone that he's going to try to stab into your throat.
Oh.
He's going to go for a killer slash. 14's not going to hit, though, so you're able to just get out of the way as he comes down with this stabbing bone. Looks like he was trying to sever something important.
Basically, I think what I'll do is I'll sweep my arm with that's carrying the knife to basically like knock it out of the way.
Awesome. And I'm going to give everybody a hero point.
Uh-oh.
And he's going to reach over to the Risque clone, and he is going to rip off its hand and put it on his. He's going to heal his bruise.
Looks like you're falling apart. Can't keep yourself together.
I found pieces enough for what I need.
Too bad you can't find peace. I'll help you.
That was pretty good. Anson.
Good enough for a hero point?
I vote yes.
Well, if the mob says yes.
Um,
That was really clever. I'll chuck you one.
Yes.
God.
I'm gonna need it.
so I'm gonna lean into Ritzko and are you done talking to the corpse? Have you gotten out all of it you wanted to say?
I am done.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and try to trap him with a mystical construct of if I can make a magical construct of basically just I don't know. First thing that came to mind was an oversized barrel to just put him inside.
Chuck him in the barrel.
Just tuck him away for later.
Yeah, you can definitely do that as a power stunt.
Okay. And I'm already exhausted, so I better give you a hero point.
I'll take it.
All right, cool.
Okay, so what I'm going to need you to do is roll a d20 plus 14.
Okay.
And if it hits his dodge, I'll roll a d20 plus his dodge versus DC 24.
That is a 20 total.
20 will not quite hit his dodge DC.
Okay.
Dang.
Well, that's all I can do.
But you still got the power, so you can use it next round
I
if you want to.
I have many powers. Many powers.
But not Mr. Powers.
If only. Yeah.
That's the escalating scale of Braden NPCs. He's going to play Mr. Powers one day.
So yeah, I just make this barrel and maybe just catch like a piece of his flesh inside, but not the entire body.
Not enough to slow him down. Just enough to make him gross.
There's just a glowing white barrel that'll just dissipate.
I hope it's a Donkey Kong barrel.
It's
Or like one of those big barrel of monkeys barrels.
It's a big like bourbon barrel looking thing, but it's just got AW instead of DK.
Perfect. I love it. All right, Amelia.
Again, don't know how I'm gonna follow that up. But I'm sort of getting pissed off at this dude that keeps trying to take my shield. So I'm just gonna use it to hit him.
You want it so bad? Bam!
Pretty much, yeah. I got a 20.
20 will hit his parry DC. DC's 22. Oh, whoops. Don't want to roll Butcher stats. His stats are better than their stats. And how many bruises does he have? Oh, the one on you doesn't have any bruises. So
Sad.
I roll a 13, so that's going to be a bruise in a daze. What happens, Amelia?
I'm like, stop touching my shield. And I just literally just like take it and I just slam it down on his head. Don't touch my shit.
These ones are way less articulate than the other ones that you guys have fought. Do you want to move or are you happy hanging out there?
I'm gonna move just like in between everybody.
Awesome. My Ryu clones. This one's got a bruise and a daze, so the best he can do is get closer to you. But he can't attack you because he's dazed. And then this one, I missed their turn last time, so they're going to go now. And they're going to slide to the left and try to push Anson into the furnace. $34 to hit Anson.
Oof.
All right.
What's your parry DC?
My parry DC is not 34. It is 20.
Awesome. So that's a DC 30 because of the multi-attack.
Oh boy.
Toughness save, please.
Toughness. That is a 28.
So that's only going to be a bruise. Now give me a strength check versus its damage effect. So that'll just be a d20 plus 10 for you right now since you've got the enhanced strength. Nice.
Oh my gosh.
I got a
we
30
go.
on my strength check.
It was fun while it lasted, everybody. Have fun with the rest of the session.
I guess I don't have to pay you the second time, right?
And the money was in my pocket.
Taking it back.
It's a magic pocket, so you're fine. The coat's indestructible,
Fair enough.
but you go in the furnace.
It'll keep all of my ashes nice and wrapped up.
So you only take a bruise from the attack, but then you go into the furnace, and on your turn, we will deal with the effects of the furnace.
The furnace is hot, everybody.
And it'll go fatigue to
Banana.
rush over here, and it'll seal the furnace with a tunk.
Damn.
And the risque clone will just sort of bang on the glass like ha 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 ha. Ritzko.
You know what, Dad? I'm just about tired of you. And you know what? They've done research. In fact, just last year, they found out that it is the men's sperm that carries the sex genomes of the baby. So it's your fault that you couldn't have boys. And she's going to swipe at him with the knife, basically attempting to decapitate him with her key strike.
You know, I think that's the first time sperm has been mentioned on the stream.
I rolled a 20.
20 to hit his parry DC. That is not going to hit his parry DC.
I'm doing it again. Hero pointing. Because by golly, I'm going to do some damage. That's a 26.
26 will hit.
All right, cool. About time.
And he healed that bruise. DC 25. Wow, that's high. Here we go. That's going to be a
Yes.
bruise and a daze for him. What happens, Ritzko?
So she basically takes the serrated knife and sweeps with her arm to swiping at his neck. And basically, obviously, it's not going to kill him, but slashes deeply into his throat. And then at this point, I'm going to attempt to grab him with my fast grab.
And then I'm going to stab.
Yep. That's a 23.
23 will not hit his parry DC.
Dang, I'm not spending a hero point for that.
So you're getting him. You're getting a hold of him. You guys are having this big epic fight in the glow of the furnace that Anson's burning in.
Sorry, Anson.
That's what would happen in the book, though. Ilva.
All right. I'm going to try agonizing shot over at the one by Amelia. Did you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay, sorry. 16.
16. Dodge save on that one. That is enough to hit the dodge DC on that one.
Nice.
So fortitude save, agonizing shot. it's going to be impaired, so it's going to get a -2 to all of its rolls. What
Nice.
happens?
So I shoot my arrow and it kind of like unhinges some of the thing around its neck. So that he kind of has a floppy head while he's fighting Amelia.
Perfect.
You know, like nearly headless, but not.
Yeah, nearly headless. Nearly headless for you. All right, that is the end of that initiative round, and we haven't had our break yet, so I think we should go ahead and take our break because I don't think we're close. I think we're close to the end of this fight, but not super close.
Okie dokie.
Alrighty.
Yay.
So thank you, everybody, for everything that we've been doing so far. I know it's been a lot of fighting, and we'll have some time for some more investigating and role-playing when the fight is over. But thank you guys so much for hanging out, and we'll be back in just a couple minutes. Boom.
We're live.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for indulging us while we went on a little break there in the middle of the fight. We find ourselves back at the top of the initiative round with the Butcher beginning to unravel and try to butcher his daughter some more without his knife that she took from him. He will go ahead and drop into a martial arts stance, and he's going to use 5 points of power attack as he tries to whip her around. And I roll a 1 to hit, so we are coming back strong from break, guys.
Woo,
My bad guy went to sleep while we were away.
The dice cooled down for you.
So I roll a natural 1, and he sort of comes in punching and swinging, but he's not used to the new arm he ripped off of his hench person. Anson, you're up.
All right. I'm on fire.
You are on fire. Please make me a toughness save.
To take stock of where I was for a second.
I'm in the furnace.
That's a 15. Strong 15.
You know what's great, players and chat? I have a radiation and fire damage chart that I've never ever used on this handout.
Perfect.
So yeah,
I'm here to
sample
provide.
fire ranks. Here we go. So burning jet fuel / napalm is damage rank 8. I'm going to go with damage rank 10 since this is meant to melt steel down. So that's a DC 25 on the toughness save. You got a 15. That's going to be a bruise and a daze.
Mm-hmm.
You do regenerate one of those bruises at the end of the round.
Did I regenerate the previous bruise the previous round?
You should regenerate at least 1 damage effect every round.
Okay.
It doesn't
Alright.
cure fatigue, but it does cure damage.
Well, at the very least, I think I am going to make myself a magical battering ram to try to get this door open, just like medieval style, like ropes and a big old white log. And that is a 14. So
D20 plus 14.
all right. Oh, that's an 18.
Well, good news is you definitely hit the immobile furnace. Let me roll a toughness check for it.
Woohoo!
This will be versus DC 29 since you have a create rank of 14. That is enough to break a hole in the side of the furnace, and molten steel begins to pour out.
Oh God.
Ritzko, high or low?
Watch out!
Low.
Watch out!
Low.
I rolled a 1, so good. You are not bathed in liquid metal.
Oh God.
But I'm going to make that Ryu clone over there roll a dodge save, since she is right there. I roll a 15, so yeah, we're going to roll toughness against the 25. I got another natural 1. I've gotten 3 natural 1s since we've come back from break, so I don't know who messed with Roll20's algorithm while we were away, but stop it.
All I'm saying is they had a job posting recently, and
Brayden's here to be a guest star and mess with Roll20, and he's all out of player characters. Okay, so that molten steel melts that Risque clone into ashes. So they're out of the fight.
Oh.
Anson, you are dazed, but that drops off at the end of the round. So you are burning in the inferno, but you do have a way out next round.
I mean, I'm made of ash.
That's true.
And I'm drunk, so.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Amelia, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna back up here and do another shield toss at Ryu clone and the Butcher. Ryu clone first.
Awesome. And this Ryu clone is still impaired from the arrow that Ilva put in his brain.
Super rad. Oh, not that impaired.
Not that impaired. A -1, natural one is always a miss.
And then
Unless you want to spend your hero point.
no, 27.
27 is a hit, though.
Yes, that's the butcher.
So the butcher takes a hit. He's got a bruise right now. We're looking for DC 22. I rolled a 23.
Shit.
So the shield sort of flies off, cockeyed past the Ryu clone, hits the boiler, flies back and hits the butcher, but he just sort of tanks it.
Okay.
Then it comes back to you.
Sad. That's it.
Awesome. You don't want to use a hero point to use extra effort or anything?
Feed
does
me.
What does that do? Extra effort. What does it do?
It means that you can use another standard action. So if you wanted to attack again, you could do that.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Can I use multi-attack again?
Yeah, you sure can.
Okay, I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did before.
It's a good trick.
I got a 26 to hit Ryu clone,
That'll hit.
and then I got a 23 to hit homeboy.
Does a 23 hit his dodge DC? It does, actually.
Yes.
So I'll do the Ryu clone first, DC 22. I got 21, so that's another bruise. And then the butcher.
Ugh.
I got 27 that time. So whatever fell energy is manifesting him and keeping him together has been the real MVP of this fight.
Okay.
All right, the Ryu clone. He's going to shuffle over towards Ilva since she put an arrow in his brain. And he's going to try to give it back to her. But only gets a 17 to hit your parry DC. Or actually a 15 because I'm impaired, so that even better doesn't hit you. And he's the last Ryu clone, so Ritzko.
Okay, well then, what I would like to do is I would like to use my key strike against him. I'm going to attack him. Any hero point that? Because that was an 11 and I rolled a 1, so
Give it to me.
we're not doing that. So let's do that again. It's a 24.
24 will hit his parry DC.
Okay.
He's got one bruise. DC's 25.
And then,
I get another bruise.
nice. And then I would like to do fast grab.
Perfect.
It's a 28.
28 hits his parry DC. He'll roll a strength check versus your DC 12 grab.
Dang.
You got a 19, so he is not grabbed. But yeah, you're doing the thing. You are grabbing a hold of. You're wrestling with him. You hurt him pretty bad when you stabbed him.
I'm actually going to step around. I'm going to stay in combat with him because I want to set it up so that possibly Amelia might be able to like push him into the molten lava that's coming out.
Got you.
Right in the molten lava. He was going to do that to you on his turn.
Yeah, I know. Where is that spreading? Like, how is it spreading? And like, cause like, how much is in the vat?
Right now it's kind of here.
Okay.
You suspect it will grow more, but you're not. It's kind of hard to gauge. You can roll an investigation check for me to see if you can figure out how far it will spread.
That's a 23.
I'll say you estimate that it could spread about this far.
Okay.
I'm just gonna make a dotted line for the hypothetical spread.
Okay.
That's the scientific method here.
And that's going around me too, correct?
Yes, that is going around you.
Okay. And you said that's where it's going to spread to next turn?
That's where you suspect it will spread to next turn.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to take another step back.
You guys hear about that new steel plant they were opening up in Bayside? Yeah, it burned down before it ever opened. It was crazy.
I found this really cool plaque there, though.
I'm keeping that. It's going on my desk. Ilva, you're up.
All right. I am going to do another agonizing shot against this stupid thing. 29.
29. That's a good hit. Yeah, that's a great hit.
Good.
All right. I roll a fortitude save. He's already at a -2 for his fortitude saves. I rolled an 11, and since it's cumulative, that means he goes to disabled. So he's going to get a -5 to all of his rolls.
Good.
What happens to him?
All right. So using my agonizing shot, I'm going to go actually for one of his arms. And it just keeps going with the arrow.
Oof. You just Robin Hood him with the other arrow?
Yeah.
Ilva's out here headshotting dudes. Is that all you want to do, or do you want to use extra effort or anything?
Extra effort.
Yeah, you can spend a hero point to go again if you want to.
No, I'm okay.
Okay. Do you want to move? You can do that too.
Yeah, I'm gonna move over here. So we're kind of lined up.
Awesome. And you're away from the lava.
Yeah.
Hot molten magma.
Magma.
All right, the Butcher. The Butcher looks like he's a demon from hell with that fire backlighting him the way it is.
He is a demon from hell. He's my father.
He's going to surge forward, and yeah, he's going to rip off. He's going to rip off the hand he put back on, and he's going to put a spike on. Or he's going to use his spiky forearm bones to try and shove them up through your chest, Ritzko, and try to throw you into the lava. That's his intention. We'll see what happens. Smack. 25 to hit your parry DC.
That does hit.
Yeah, DC 28 toughness save.
That's a 16.
16. So that's going to be a bruise and a stagger. And then, Ritzko, I'm going to need you to roll a d20 plus your strength modifier. Holy cow.
Yeah, I might be dead. So it's DC 20.
Yeah, d20 plus whatever your strength modifier is. I think it's a +2.
Yeah.
So not a bad roll, but I got a 33 on mine.
I couldn't have rolled much better at an 18, so
Yeah, so he's going to chuck you into the flames next to Anson. So on your turn, we'll have you roll a toughness save versus the fire.
'cause I walked through the fire.
He's going to take one step out of where the lava's going to go. Anson, please give me a toughness save for being in the fire.
What? Blasphemy. Oh, that's a 30.
Awesome. So you are not further hurt by the fire.
Hey.
You are free to move and act as normal.
All right. Well, I assume part of the deal is that all of the Amazons come back alive. So I am going to try to create some kind of construct to shield Ritzko from the heat. I'm drunk, so probably another bourbon barrel.
Just scoop her up in like a
Shoop.
thimble.
Oh wait, yeah, actually,
Put her in a shot glass.
can I move her with my construct? Could I like make some
Yeah.
kind of thing that pushes her out of the fire?
Yeah, you can for sure do that.
Okay, I'm you said spring-loaded boxing glove earlier, and that's what my brain has settled on imagery-wise. So just like this, just hand, just gloved hand, just pushes her out of the out of the fire, out of the bad zone.
Brayden has definitely read my book.
Do you
Anson
need a roll
using
for
white
that?
hands to move things around? What? So that'd be your standard action to move her wherever you want to move her. Just go ahead and ping for me where you want her to go.
Well, the lava is going to spread to this dotted line. So if I can push her out of that zone to where dead, I'm totally blanking on his name.
Ryu.
Boyfriend. Ryu, yes. Sorry. Is then I will push her there to get her out of
Perfect.
harm's way. And then I will walk my 3 squares back into where the lava is going to be here in 2 seconds.
In fact, the lava moves on your turn since you're the one who opened it. So yeah.
I feel like I can see him walking out, and it looks epic because, of course, it's got the orange backdrop of the fire and everything. And then it's like he looks down and is like, "Crap."
I'm
I
melting.
I just bought these shoes. Oh, God. I was planning to use that money to buy more bourbon.
Man, oh man, it's rough out here for Anson Walker. Amelia. That's what I'm retitling my first book. It's rough out here for Anson Walker.
Okay, so I'm gonna scoot away from the fire, just in case. And then I'm gonna throw my I'm gonna throw my spear at the homeboy, at the butcher.
That's a good move.
Haven't,
I forgot you
don't think
had a
I've-
spear.
Yeah, I don't think I've used it this whole time, so it's now or never. 20.
20 on his dodge DC. He did use all out attack. So yeah, that's gonna hit him.
Hey. DC 24.
Easy 24. It's not cool. 2 bruises. He gets another bruise in a daze. What happens to him?
So what limbs does he have left?
He still has 1 arm, both legs, and his torso and his head.
Okay, I'm gonna just throw the spear, and I want it to go like straight through his chest.
Ooh.
But like, he's dead, so it doesn't really affect him that much, but it hurts a little.
Heck yeah, it's a through and through. It goes straight through and then just goes over Ilva's shoulder and hits the furnace behind her.
That sounds good.
Perfect. Perfect. You weren't dazed, so did you want to move?
No, I already moved back.
Right. I have 1 Rio clone left, and he is looking bad. But he will do his best to mimic his master's motion. He's going to try and grab a hold of Ilva and chuck her in the fire. 29 to hit.
Wait a second, copycat.
Oh, wait, no. He's disabled, so it's only a 24 to hit.
I mean, it still hits.
So please give me a toughness save versus DC 25.
Nice.
26.
26. That's what's up. You got a natural 20 on that, so that's cool. Now give me a D20 plus your strength check. I think your strength is a +2. I think
4.
4.
17.
All right, that's only a difference of 1, so I'm gonna let you roll high or low on this. High or low?
High.
You go in the fire.
Oh.
No.
So the Ryu clone with 2 arrows sticking out of his head comes over and
Can
he
I
just.
spend a hero point to roll again?
You sure can.
Okay, take it. I don't want to go in the fire.
The fire is scary and full of terror.
Damn it.
And that's an 11 on the dice. So yeah, you're in the fire.
God damn it.
Let me tell you, it sucks in the fire. I've been there.
Yeah.
You land in the fire next to Anson, and you guys high five. Ritzko.
Okay. Ritsuko sees the Ryu clone in front of her, and essentially what she wants to do is pile drive right into him, right into the butcher. So I am going to use my key strike once I hit into him, right? I mean, does that make sense, or do you want me to do an unarmed?
You can use your key strike when you hit into him. Yeah.
Okay. 17.
And that's to hit the Ryu dude right here?
Yeah, it's to hit the Ryu dude. And basically what I'm trying to do is I'm just basically trying to ram right into him to run into the butcher.
Awesome.
I don't care if it does damage, but.
Okay, so that's multi-attack.
So you want me to roll again?
Yeah, this will be to hit the butcher.
Okay. This is a 26.
Awesome. That'll hit both of them because I used all out attack. So let me roll toughness for the Ryu clone. He's at a -5 on top of his bruises. Holy cow. I still got a 14. How is that possible? Yeah, okay. So that's going to be another bruise for him. And then the butcher got a 9, which is 25. I think that's it. Not divided by 9, Alex. What are you doing? -9. 16. Yeah. How do you want to finish the butcher off?
So basically what it's going to be is she runs into the Ryu clone and she's basically shouting as she does so, and her fists, because she basically takes her fist into his gut or its gut, basically begins to ignite, and her ki creates this like energy blast sword thing that basically skewers both of them.
Heck yes. And you know what? I'm going to say it takes out the Ryu clone too.
And then she's going to yell out, "Go to hell, Dad!"
Wow. That was beautiful. Good job, guys. So that takes us out of combat. I will need one more toughness save from Ilva and Anson versus the Faya.
All right. That's a 27.
Anson's okay with it. Ilva gets a bruise and a daze.
I was gonna say,
16.
I'm going to have some serious burns.
Yeah. But you are able to get out of the fire since you don't have to use your standard action to attack. So
Ritsuko kind of falls to her knees at this point and is like heavily breathing, arms limply hanging at her sides, staring at the corpse of the butcher.
what's everybody else doing?
At that, Anson's gonna come up behind her and kind of just. It's just a corpse. It's
I'm
it's not the. I'm sorry, but that's not the. It was never your father.
You need better bedside manners.
She looks to Anson. You saved me from the furnace. I appreciate it. I am very happy that you came to be with us. And she will actually turn to him and take like the full respectful on the ground on her knees bow to him. And then she'll make her way to her feet again.
I'm gonna walk over to Anson and give him the rest of his money.
All
You know,
right.
but I have questions.
Stick it in my pocket.
So your questions?
Yeah. So, why the other girls?
I don't know.
That
Alex, I would like to actually look over the body of the butcher to determine, based off of the evidence that we've received from eyewitness accounts and whatnot, that this resembles the actual butcher.
Give me an investigation check.
I would love to. That's a 23.
With the 23, as you're sort of examining the body, his physical features do line up with what you heard Cecil describe. Sort of a tall man in a dark coat. The shoe size is the correct size for the shoe prints that you guys found at the crime scene. You can ask him for a handwriting sample, but he's kind of not alive anymore.
Would she be able to remember what his handwriting was like?
Yeah.
And does she suspect that there is a match?
You would think so. It's a little hard. You've never seen him write in English before, but you were used to him having sort of an unsteady hand when he would write growing up as a girl.
My question is what was his end goal? It couldn't have been just to. It makes no sense. He's. Well, it looks like he could be the actual butcher, but I don't understand why the other girls, unless it was a way to draw me out.
It's a really long way to go, and especially since he waited until the end to kill an Amazon. You'd think he would have went for that first if that was what his goal was.
Is there anything on him, like in his coat pocket or anything of that nature?
As a matter of fact, there are some things in his coat pockets. You do find a very large, ornate skeleton key, and you find a letter.
Okay, and what does said letter say?
The letter, as you're sort of looking at it, you unfold it. It is signed. It's signed to the wolf. And as you're sort of reading through it, it does sort of have that same rambling tone as the original letters that you guys received from the butcher.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be a confession of where to find the missing body parts for the girls that were taken. And you do see that it looks like it mentions the Curiosity Hotel again.
Okay, so they're at the Curiosity Hotel. So, we need to get in touch with Detective Roy.
Yeah, because I have some questions for him too.
Okay.
I'm going to deal everybody a hero point.
So the Curiosity Hotel is where all the ghosts are, right?
Yes.
You're gonna send a detective into
Well, technically, he's already on his way there with a bunch of fellow police officers.
He's probably there at this point.
Well, let's go get Hef to drive us out there. Anson, I'm not entirely sure that this case is solved. If you require more money, I think we might be able to arrange something.
Well, insurance at a second location is a additional charge. Kind of scratch the back of his head.
I thought as much. You're worth every dime.
Oh, how things change once your life is saved.
So, shall we then? To Hef and to the hotel.
Let's go.
Awesome. You guys head off to Hef. He has already gone to a phone across the street to call the fire department when he saw the fire break out. He comes back. He says, "Are you all okay?"
Yes, and Hef, you deserve a raise.
Oh, well, Mother doesn't really pay me, but I will forward that idea to her.
Well,
I'll
I'm sure.
hand Hef. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Good. I was just going to say, I'm sure we can find a way to compensate you for calling the fire department.
I'm gonna hand Hef the bottle of bourbon. Offer him a swig.
Oh, you're a good sort, Mr. Walker. And he'll take a big swig.
And then I'll take it back. Night's not over yet. Who knows how drunk I'm gonna have to be for the next part.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, I shouldn't have drinking that before driving.
Drinking.
Apologies, I'm the god of the forge, not the god of the Grammarly.
It's not gonna change how much of this is a death trap, anyways.
So you guys load up in the car and Hef drunk drives you to up to Stonemore, to the rolling desolate fields just north of Titan City, where in just 10 short years, some poor kids from the Parkhurst Manor are going to be starting their first classes. And you guys make your way to the Curiosity Hotel. And you guys can see the floodlights of the police cars long before you pull up to this sort of crumbling seaside hotel, standing over the precipice of this cliff overlooking the Atlantic Ocean. And there's a number of police cars out here. Their lights are on, their engines are running, but you don't see any cops anywhere.
Well, this doesn't bode well. Walker-san, are you able to detect any thoughts, living beings?
Do I detect any thoughts and/or living beings?
Give me a perception check.
27.
You don't detect any thoughts, but you are detecting a lot of heavy emotions. A lot of fear permeates this area and a lot of rage.
Is that consistent with the ghosts that I saw last time I was here?
That is, but they seem to be more agitated than they were the last time you were here.
Nothing alive. Seems your cops have found the ghosts. All, however many of them. It's actually that's kind of a skill to piss off every ghost in the hotel.
Well then, any suggestions on how we should proceed?
Well, there weren't supposed to be any ghosts here. Mm-hmm.
What'd
So
you guys
you're
like to
doing
do?
this pro bono, just saying.
We need to save anybody. I mean, just because there's nobody conscious doesn't mean that they're dead.
Correct. I agree.
Not for long.
That's why you're here with us, Walker-san. All right, shall we? And Ritsuko will begin making her way into the hotel to see what survivors we can find.
Awesome. You slowly head into the hotel. Is anybody going with Ritsuko?
Yeah, I'll go with her.
Me too.
Well, of course, Anson's coming because he's insurance.
I've been paid.
Or at least he will be.
And each ghost is an additional fee.
Not for
No.
this one. No. They were supposed to be gone.
And let's also put it this way. We all must make it out alive.
I surreptitiously check the money in my pocket. But also realize that dead Amazons would be kind of a problem.
Yeah, people don't like it when dead Amazons show up. Everybody gets all grumpy.
Onward and upward.
Onward and upward. You guys go making your way.
Downtown.
Walking fast.
The faces just pass.
And I'm homebound. Okay.
I need you.
Perfect. Okay, so you guys go making your way. You head into this hotel. It's this crumbling sort of 3-story building out here on the desolate moors of Titan City's, incorporated area. And everybody who passes in, you feel what Anson's feeling, this sort of cold, oppressive, dark, haunted feeling all around you. There are a couple of dead officers in the lobby of this hotel. They have been sort of splayed out on various furnitures throughout the lobby. And you do notice that all of them appear to have suffered gunshot wounds.
Oops.
I'm going to go to the one nearest to me and check for life signs.
Give me a treatment check.
I can do that. That is a 27.
This guy is very dead.
Oops.
Dead by gunshot wound in the back, from what you can tell.
Okay. In the back.
Yeah, with a 27, you're able to tell that this guy was sort of leaning over something when he was shot in the back. The other guy beside him was a very similar story. It looks like he got up to turn to face whoever shot them, and he got shot in the side.
So a question that I have is, was it friendly fire, i.e., can I tell if it was like the police standard weapons or if it was something more apt to be owned or handled by a criminal?
That sounds like an expertise firearm or expertise criminal or expertise...
Criminology it is.
Criminology will work. It'll be a higher DC, but it'll work.
That's a 15 and I rolled a 1.
With a 15, it's hard to tell. You think you'd have to get the bullet out to do an examination of it. Well,
he's dead, so I am going to go ahead and do that with my bare hands.
Let's go. She's all up in them guts. Here we go. Reaching around. Give me one more criminology check.
That's a 31.
You are a creature of extremes, Ritsuko. Cool. So yeah, you're able to fish some semblance of a bullet out. And looking at it, the caliber of the bullet is definitely something in the 45 section. which seems a little higher than you would expect from a Yakuza enforcer.
Okay.
45 is usually a caliber you see in something like revolvers and Colt semi-automatic pistols, things that are very large firearms that you usually see from American veterans of the First World War and stuff like that.
Okay.
It's definitely a big boy gun.
All right. Be on your toes, ladies and gents. We have some big guns here.
Literally.
And I will proceed. My assumption is that everybody that's lying here is dead.
That is correct.
Okay. Does it appear that anybody may have made it out alive, i.e., kind of like dragging blood stains that are leading off anywhere?
Made an investigation check.
I would love to. That's a 17.
With a 17, as you're sort of making your way, you do find a couple of bloody footprints that go deeper into the house.
Okay.
They don't seem to be footprints that are in pain. It seems like they just walked through a puddle of blood and they're going deeper into the house.
All right. Then I will look at the ladies and gent, and I will state that we have a track of blood here that we can follow, unless anyone has any other ideas.
I do not. Let's go.
Let's do it. And we
Perfect.
go deeper.
So you guys go deeper into the hotel. And the deeper you get into the hotel, the more this uneasy sort of feeling of paranoia and dread is washing over you. You do find a few more scenes of police officers that have been shot, mostly in the back. And as you keep making your way through, you sort of come through various guest rooms. You go through a main kitchen, through a ballroom. And in the ballroom, there is a door that looks like it was a secret door that's been yanked open, with the bloody footprints heading down underground. Anson, this is not a chamber you found the last time you were here.
I'm just gonna hide that embarrassment deep down.
All right. Any opposition to going down?
Nope.
Then let us go.
Right. Down, down, down you guys go. And you come down into, it looks like some kind of study, or it may have been a library at one point. There's several bookshelves down here. There's a couple of big plush chairs. And there are a lot of liquor cabinets around with dusty old glasses, a few bottles that haven't been completely drained on the cabinets. And you do see down here there are two more officers who have been posed in the chairs. They have each had their chests ripped open.
Anybody that I recognize?
You do recognize the guy who was giving you guys guff about the evidence room that blew up.
Karma's a bitch.
Yeah, they've had their chest cavities hollowed out, and sitting between both of them is a black jewelry box with the pink and green paint on it.
Ritzko will cautiously approach the jewelry box. Do I open it? She's asking the girls.
That's up to you
Go
guys.
for it, bro.
And I will open it.
Awesome. You open it. This one does not play any music, but there are two hearts that are pushed together against each other to make like a Valentine-shaped heart out of the two physical hearts. And there is a letter that is addressed to Ritzko.
And I will read it.
It says, so you pull it open, and it says, Ritzko and other Amazons, I am sorry to have to cut our dance short. I hope the present I left for you at the steel mill was worth all of this trouble. I promise I will come back to do this dance with you again. But this is the end for now. And it's signed Wolf.
You son of a bitch. Literally.
Man. That little asshole.
Ritzko basically screams. Wow. And she's like clutching the note. Is there any are there any clues as to whereabouts? Like, are there any more tracks or like?
They seem to disappear down here.
Walker-san, are you able to do any kind of like tracking spell if you have something?
Give me a perception check, Hanson.
Alrighty. It's a 23.
So with the 23, as you're sort of sensing around, you do detect very heavy magic in this area. Magic you have not felt in a long time. You're sort of sensing around, and you come to one of the liquor cabinets, and inside there's a mirror. When you pull the drawers open, you see the mirror has been shattered, and the silver steel has turned black on the inside. And that mirror is something you haven't seen since the fall of the Wizard Lords. It's a teleportation mirror that wizards used to use to travel from point to point to point. So, as far as you know, he's gone. There's not really a way to tell where exactly that mirror ended up. You could probably narrow it down to 20 to 30 locations.
Well, I can give you a list of a handful, maybe a couple of handfuls of places you could go look, but I doubt you're gonna find him.
She crumples the paper. He played us.
Told you something was hanky about him. Is that a word in the 20s? Hanky?
I think it is, actually.
I called her bro earlier, so like, it is what it is.
Damn it.
It's actually it was popularized in the 1920s. So, yeah, hinky is a word that came out in the 20s.
Well, that sucks.
This was a bloody waste. Literally. So now that we know that it was Wolf, we can assume that the Detective Roy wasn't his real name. Correct?
You could probably assume that, yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I'm curious as to why the Yakuza got involved, or at least was how they came to be over here. Like, I don't know if he was purposefully using things. Now I'm all confused, damn it, Alex.
You guys will just have to find a Yakuza guy to talk to about it.
Well,
Well-
we can go to the kid gangster dude.
To be fair, you guys just killed like the one Yakuza contact you do in town.
Here's my thing. Like, I knew he was all hinky because how in the world did he know that the one girl was the one girl if she didn't have her head?
Well, then why didn't you say something before?
I tried, and then we like ended up in a dungeon, and then yeah, then it completely slipped my mind.
Uncomfortable. We failed our mission.
We did. I guess that basically means we need to go back to the Blackburn house.
I mean, technically, we know who it is.
We
Do
can
we?
send the whole Amazon force after this man.
Yeah, I don't think you guys have failed.
No.
I think you have acquired enough information to begin the second manhunt for this guy. Or woman hunt for this guy.
Well,
And
Sounds
enough
like
enough pieces for a season 2.
sounds like you've got this under control. So I'm gonna go.
Bye, Anson.
Yeah. Ritzko just seems crestfallen and goes silent as she walks out, traversing through the dead bodies and going back to Hef.
Hef can tell that you guys are crestfallen. Anson, are you taking a ride with Hef back to your office?
I mean, sure.
it's either that or walk.
He's a freaking wizard. He can do what he wants. He could probably use that teleport mirror.
So, you guys load back up in the Heftmobile, and you guys head back to the Blackburn house. Is that the goal?
I think so at this point.
Awesome. You guys head back. You give some of your debriefing on all of that. You guys do run into Melora on your way to talk to Mother Superior. And she says, I did dig up some more information about that Roy guy. Turns out that wasn't his original name.
What was it?
And she'll hand you a bunch of files, Ritzko.
Okay.
Sort of going through them, there's a lot of information about Roy Baston immigrating to the United States from Japan and undergoing a few rounds of magical augmentation on his physical appearance.
And so, what are the names on the documents?
They are Ryunosuke.
She drops the papers and they just fly everywhere. And she kind of like her face goes white and she falls to her knees. See that her eyes are tearing up and she just kind of like reaches to her head and she screams.
Laura looks at the other two like she doesn't know what to say.
Yeah, I don't know what to do.
Considering what we've been through, this is a pretty fair reaction.
I mean, yeah. But I don't know whether to pat her on the back and tell her that, like, we're here or just not do it.
I think she just needs her space right now.
Okay. I'm gonna quietly tiptoe out of there.
And she just crumples all the way to the floor and sobs.
I'm gonna like pick her up and carry her to her room, but then I'm gonna leave her alone. Because that's rough.
Awesome. You guys take poor Ritsuko to her room to think about all the horrible things that have happened on her behalf. And after that, you guys head up, report to Mother Superior. She thanks you for at least getting him away from Titan City and putting him on the run, and charges you with bringing him to justice wherever he may have fled to.
Ritsuko is emotionless as she is tasked with basically bringing him in. Like, her face is just completely deadpan. There's nothing there.
And with that, I think that's a great ending point for this version of the Butcher of Bayside.
Cool beans.
So I just wanted to say, come on, pop up thing. I just wanted to say thank you so much to everyone for tuning in to this final episode of the Titan City Chronicles for the year. I wanted to take a moment to thank everyone who has tuned in since we launched this show back in June, and to the talented, wonderful players who have helped bring my universe to life. It's been a wonderful experience finding another way to share Titan City with an audience, and I am beyond grateful for the astonishing additions to the novel universe that have stemmed from these serials. I want to thank Bridget and Fen and Laura, and PETA and Catherine and Liz for coming on as special guests. I especially want to thank Braden and Brian and Kevin.
Arigato.
And Andy for just being awesome. I appreciate you guys doing this with me. Titan City Chronicles will be back in some capacity in 2021, but in the meantime, the Untold Stories Project is firing up some new shows for the holiday season. On Mondays, starting November 16th, we will be doing Monday one-shots, which will feature new GMs and players shining a light on game systems we have not showcased so far. And these are all sorts of fun stuff from all across the breadth of the tabletop role-playing game community. We've got Alien the RPG, Honey Heist, Mouse Ritter, Star Wars, Fate, and Cyberpunk 2020 all coming down the pipeline in November and December. And on Tuesdays, starting next week, I'll be giving my GM spot to Laura from the Parkhurst Manor serial, and she will be running a group of USP All-Stars through a season of East Texas University. We will be playing the part of some college freshmen trying to slay monsters on campus while keeping our grades up and getting enough sleep. That will be live here on Twitch this Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. We also have Yukon signups still open, so please come on and sign up for some of our Yukon games. It's absolutely free, and we would love to have you guys come hang out. I've got 2 Titan City games that still have spots available, so if you want to come on, hang out in Titan City as more than an audience member, please join me. I'm so excited for that. And on Friday, we actually have a special extra stream. I will be leading PETA and Andy and Laugh Love Lindy and Will Mackey, who has been on the show before, through an Avengers game called Avengers MODOK Family Reunion. So please tune in for that. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. That's a preparation stream for Yukon, just to help build excitement for the convention. As always, please download Something Dragons anywhere podcasts live. That's our podcast where Aaron leads his daughter and her friends through their very first ever Pathfinder campaign. So a lot of awesome, exciting stuff happening here at Untold Stories Project. I am beyond excited to see how the year continues. Thank you for everything you guys have done for us so far. What else do I want to say? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, everybody who has followed and subscribed to us. please keep wearing your masks and always remember that Black Lives Matter. Have a wonderful night. Stick around for the raid. I'm sure we'll find somebody cool to raid.